I get a phone call from a gentleman named Bill. And he says to me, I would like you to perform at my 40th anniversary. I got your name from Karen, the manager at the Adler's Aphasia Center. I'm like, oh my God, I felt honored. Honored that, you know, when you're a performer, you're not gonna touch everybody in your audience. But if you touch that one person, then you made a difference in someone's life. And that's what it's about, being a performer or a speaker. So Bill, he emceed his whole 40th anniversary. He emceed it, and if this was a different venue and it was my 40th anniversary, which I'm jealous, but that's besides the point. He said something about every single person in that room. He thanked every single person in that room. He explained why they were in his life and how they were in his life. It was humbling to be a part of that particular venue. I'm so humbled. So when I'm going to tell you the truth, when he paid me to be a part of that, and I said, I can't take it. I can't take it. It doesn't feel right. It didn't feel right. So I took the money and put it into the Aphasia Foundation, and then asked Bill to come and say a few words at the Adler the fundraiser. So Bill, come on up. Bill, do you want to come up, or do you want me to? Okay. He'll come up. You don't know Bill. Bill, no. Bill and I are a lot alike, because no is not in our vocabulary word. No, he wants to come up. Here is Bill.
Thank you, Renee. Good evening. When Renee told me to have a speech prepared, I said, oh, okay. I looked at the 7:30 to 8:15, and the first name was Renee, and the third name was me. But in the second name was speaker and singer. I prepared for that. I want to speak to you on caretakers. When I had my stroke 10 years ago, to go to the living room to the kitchen was a problem, and if I want to go go down to the town, it was not probable. So I wanted to run because I was ran 2 times a week for 5 or 6 miles. It was good for me, and it cleared my head, and I could think. But now on, I can walk with the cane, 1.5 miles. Yeah, my mind was concentrating on the pavement, and when I was done, I was 3 times tired when I was running. So when I, with my aphasia, I lost my voice, and I had a golden tongue, and every time I was in the situation, I can talk my way out of it. Now, but so when with my aphasia, when we're out with people, I don't want to embarrass myself, so I form my sentences, and when I'm going to speak, the conversation shift. When I took took my speech from my therapist for 2.5 years, and finally I could say something, but my wife, I could say curse words, and my wife is sick of it. Okay. Now I balance a checkbook and write checks, and when any problem, I turn it back to my wife. She's a good partner, and I'm lucky to have her. And with my stroke, she drives me everywhere, from doctor's appointments, physical therapy, when we go out, and she's there for me. I wanted to read.
Let's hear it for Bill one more time. So as I was listening to Bill talk, I thought to myself, you know, there's a lot of preventative things we should do in our lives. And my mom will attest to this. It's very important to exercise your brain and to keep your brain active and educated, and to keep learning, and to keep reading, and to keep talking, and and I'll tell you why. That Congresswoman Gifford, she was shot, but she's doing okay, and I'll tell you why I know she's doing okay, and I'll tell you the example that I get from it. Okay, she's doing okay because she was married to an astronaut. What's that? She still is. She still is. But the principles that were instilled in her didn't give her any leeway but anything else to get better. He stood by her and he said, this is what's going to happen, and this is the time zone it's going to happen, and you're going to get better. And I related to that because of my softball days. The first 40 years of my life were softball maniac. But when I was playing softball, I remember I played third base. I played up close against the batter. And I was quick. I was quick reactions. But what I remember was playing third base and Pat Telefero, a coach from Little League, in right field, talking to me, not loudly. All she was doing was giving me directions. I didn't hear anybody else but Pat. I tuned in right to her. So there's a lot of principles that we need to put in our lives, prepare for situations. Things are going to happen to us, but there's a lot of preventative medicines that we could do to be able to recap and regroup after a stroke. So that's what I was thinking while Bill was speaking. So where are we going with this? What are we doing? We are going to have a telethon. We've been trying to put the pieces together. We've contacted Atlantic City to have, Gene and I have contacted Atlantic City to have a telethon, but we're nobody. We're nobody. We're people with a dream, but that doesn't stop us. But, you know, when we call Caesar's Palace or Harrah's, they're like, who are you? You know, like, we're not like a big name. So, but we are going to have a telethon. But, you know, sometimes you have to go, well, that's not going to work. Let's switch gears and let's do it here. So we've begun to contact the Oprah Winfrey Show, right? She's got a new channel. Jerry Lewis is not doing his telethon anymore. It's the right time to do a telethon on the Oprah's channel. Her ratings are not the best right now, and it takes many years to get a channel in gear. So it's not about her not doing her thing. It just takes time for people to, she had to dedicate her energy to a regular show, but now she's refocusing it. So it's a perfect time. So I've even emailed and called Gail King, her friend, to let her know. So we are going to be in contact. And let me share another little story. Bill, when I was on the phone with him today, told me that the Adler's Aphasia Center is already in contact with Oprah Winfrey. So all the pieces are coming together. So we are going to make this happen. I don't know when, but eventually it will happen. So my mother, I would like my mom to come up and say a few words. Come on. Yeah. This is, let me share a little, what happened? Oh. My mom, let me give you a little background on her. Yes. All her life, she's had a passion for the arts and the cultured arts. She's an opera performer. She's mastered and something. What did you do at Juilliard? Mastered and. Yes, I want to tell them. Oh. Anyway, Fu gave all the history of all the other performers. All I want to do is tell a little story. Anyway, here's my mom.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm not going to speak for very long because as my daughter was driving me here, she said, Mom, I want you to say a few words. And usually I don't like to speak because I speak through music. music has been the way that I communicate in life. But anyway, since she asked me to say a few words, I said I better write down something, otherwise I get very nervous and I'm not going to be able to say the things that I want to say to you. First of all, my daughter is a wonderful, wonderful human being that has, thank you, that has throughout her life done the very, very best to support all the people, to give them the love that they all deserve, because she thrives in giving, in being compassionate. This is her life. This is who Renee is. Now, what I have written is, it is always a privilege to be present and involved in an event where all come together for the enrichment of humanity. Today is special because I am flanked by my two daughters, Renee and my daughter, Deborah Maria. And also because I have one of my wonderful grandchild with me, Mikey. My other 3 grandchildren happen not to be here, but I am so happy to be here with the 3 of them. Now, Renee's inborn desire to be a part and support, okay, has made a brotherhood of man, and she has spearheaded this fundraiser, as Tom said. If we are here, is because a universal power is guiding us towards a purpose, helping members of aphasia, which is, and I quote again, a language disorder caused by an injury to the brain and affects a person's ability to communicate, And what a better way to do it than through music, which has no boundaries and speaks the language of God. So with that said, Renee, sing something else for us.